Hi, I'm Brian Canone for FitnessSalesTraining.com, and I'm back with Mike D'Angelo, creator of the Body Evolver software. And Mike, we were talking a little bit off camera, and we brought up the thing, you have a lot of experience, you work in a lot of different models of the fitness industry.
Sure,
okay?
Yeah. 18 years of it.
The thing is, this is what I see. A lot of trainers want to be gym owners.
Right.
All right, and what I've seen in training is there's pretty much, you could work for the gym.
Yeah.
You could go into a gym and pay rent to be on your own as a private trainer.
Yeah.
All right, or you can open a studio.
Yeah.
What are different aspects of those? And you've been in all three, so what do you like or dislike about each one?
Well, what I've told trainers that want to get into it, you know, if they have no experience, I definitely would advise hooking up with some larger corporate entity that will help pay for more training for them, gain them exposure inside the gym and working the floor and you know, given opportunities to sell themselves on training. Because if you're at a larger facility and they've got a marketing department and a sales department and they've got all these people coming in and they're just taking them and pushing them off to the trainers, and then you as a trainer are given the opportunity to try to sell your service, you want to get in front of as many people as you can, because the more people you get in front of, the more comfortable you'll get with talking fitness with people, the more you'll begin to understand and extract information, and you know, so that you can best serve that client.
In that model, when you work for a club, and it's a large club with a large clientele of members, you got to make sure they have a lot of people. Now, as you would think that the owners or the managers of that club would want clients to come to you. So you would assume that if you have your schedule,
right,
and in some occasions you're going to be getting paid to be there.
Right, yeah.
All right, so that's a big help, because you're going to be paid for your time just to have opportunity to present yourself.
Sure.
So if you need to meet 10 people to maybe get 1 to 3 clients, that's a lot of time invested. So as a beginning trainer, we would say that's probably your best opportunity.
Absolutely.
Start in a large club with a large clientele, get your feet wet, meet people, build your clientele.
And hone your skills.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that would be the corporate, you know, sort of entity.
But if someone like yourself, you have a client base and you have an opportunity to go somewhere, you may have a better opportunity to go into a smaller club, and you're bringing the people with you and say, listen, Mr. Gym Owner, I want to pay rent. Are you going to allow me to pay rent?
And you've got, if you're bringing clients in, then you've got, as a trainer, you've got negotiating power.
Yes.
You know, whereas if you're working for the corporate entity, you're probably not going to make as much money, but that's okay. You're young, you need to learn how to, you know, you need to learn this field, hone your skills, and then sort of graduate to that next level where you've got all these clients, you know, and you can negotiate for more money.
Well, if you're not that good, where you can go into a gym with no clients, pay rent, and work the floor to pull them into you, you have to have some money backing you up, because how are you going to make a living? How is that going to happen? So you want to put yourself in a situation where you're going to have some money coming in at the beginning to kick you off. So I think that works for a lot of people that have an experience, that have an established clientele, and you can go in and bring that clientele with you. Maybe then you figure out the numbers. If you're paying rent, you may actually make more money that way. You may even, if you're that good, be able to bring trainers underneath you and pay the rent for the trainers you bring underneath you as a training department.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of gym owners that don't understand the business of training, and they don't want to be involved, because it is a lot of management that you need to do, and that they don't want to be even bothered with. They don't want to see that area. So you see that happen. I see a lot of opportunity in that one. One thing I see that is kind of a letdown for people. They open a studio and they're by themselves.
Yeah, that's tough duty. That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of, you know, getting up and being there at 6 a.m. and burning the candle at both ends in order to make it work.
We talked about it. In some cases, you're buying yourself a job, because you're there operating a gym from 5 in the morning to 10 at 11 at night, and the thing is, you're paying bills. You're paying the overhead now.
And that's a very different scenario that comes with a lot of responsibility. And you better know what you're doing before you explore that opportunity.
I would say the only reason to do that is if you're a trainer who has a staff.
Yeah.
If you don't have a staff, why open a studio?
Right.
I don't understand why to do that. We could pay rent to somebody else that's going to allow you to do it and work in their facility, or you could just go work for somebody and let them feed you the leads. Because even when you have an established clientele, if you're not bringing in more people, eventually your clients, like you said, you graduate your clients.
Right.
You say, listen, you reached your goal, you're great, I really think you did well. They're sending you referrals, they love you,
Right.
and they move on,
Yeah.
and you're bringing in new people. But if there's no new people,
Right.
and you're in a studio, where do you see these people? You got to pay for marketing
Well, the
now.
whole thing about the studio is you got to pay rent. You've got to arrange your marketing properly. You've got to get it out. You've got to pay for it. You've got to run the shop,
Right.
and you've got to train.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You want to really look at all three models, decide which one is going to be the best for you. If you're a new trainer, you want to start in a large club. If you have clienteles, you may want to look at an opportunity to go somewhere where you can pay rent and run the personal training department.
Right.
And then if you do extremely well in that rent department, then you may say, hey, listen, now I can make some money on the membership. If you understand that and want to do that part, you can actually open a club, have a membership, and work that angle too. So you'd have 3 different opportunities to move on as a trainer.
And the only thing we didn't talk about was the home market. Going to people's homes and doing personal training that way.
Yeah,
That's a whole other animal.
You want to be a celebrity trainer maybe to do that one because you're driving.
Yeah.
In the car, you're not getting paid to drive from one house to the other unless your rates are crazy rates.
Right.
So then you want to be at a part where maybe you could be a celebrity trainer. Like there's people we know that train some celebrities that can go on tour with them and have a very elite clientele in that case. It's very unique. So thanks again, Mike. BodyValver.com. Mike D'Angelo. Thank you.